Okay, hello besties. Welcome to my channel. So today is actually, I thought I was going to have more, but it's actually going to be the final installment of my Print With Me series for this particular project. I recently finished my project and turned it in, got it graded, all that good stuff, got good grades, y'all. I had a project, the finished piece, and then I had a portfolio of all the extra works and prints and stuff that I did, and I plan on making another video that's not like the Print With Me, where I go through it and just kind of show it off, because I'm very proud of it. And not to toot my own horn, but I was told that it was one of the best in the class, so yeah. This is just the last one of the series before I show you the completed project. Yeah. I was planning on, like I said, breaking this up into multiple videos because it is an hour of footage. That's where we're at. It might even be more than that, actually. Yeah, it's 2 hours of footage. Yeah, it's almost 2 hours of footage. So, I was going to break that up into multiple, but I don't really feel like dragging this on anymore into another video because I really am excited to do some mermaid stuff and have that posted, and I'll have 2 more Sundays after this, and I might do one of my speed paints as a mermaid video just for funsies because I love mermaids, but I've never been good at drawing them, so I suck at drawing people. That is the moral of my life story. As a little catch up, I've been answering 5 questions from the Starving Artist tag each time I did one of these videos because I had no clue what to talk about. And also, I can talk for a long time about nothing. So I was like, yeah, we'll just do 5 questions per video. I will be answering questions 16 through 20 today. We'll see how we get. We'll see what we get here. How long we talk. Because however long I talk depends on how long the video is. So I'm kind of trying to stretch it out a bit. So let's get started with Pregunta 16, or question 16. So, what is your favorite thing to paint and why? So definitely, we'll just list off a few things. So I love drawing and painting people. I'm just not that, okay, by people I mean their faces. Bodies are really difficult and I usually don't enjoy it. But I like to do faces, regardless of if they look good. Drawing faces and facial features like eyes or nose or lips or whatever, it's fun. I like it. So that's definitely one thing. I also really love drawing ocean things. There's a theme here if you haven't noticed. Yeah, I really like drawing ocean things and water things. However, I'm not good at that either. It's very, very difficult to draw good water. At least the kind of good water that I want to draw. Yeah, I've kind of been experimenting with different ways of drawing water. So that's something I've been working on. I've tried multiple different methods, and sometimes it looks good, sometimes it looks like crap, and but I love doing that. And then ocean animals. We love to draw a good shark. Yeah. Also, dogs can be fun to draw, but it can be a bit tedious to get the fur, because to really get the fur right, you gotta add in just a bunch of pencil marks, and I haven't really gotten there yet. I don't have a lot of patience, and also I tend to smear things a lot because I don't have strategy to how I draw. I just do it and then go, oh, I've smeared graphite all up my arm, and that's how it goes. It do be like that sometimes. So yeah. But I just really like drawing those things. I don't have a particular reason. I just like it. I do like the ocean and marine animals and stuff because, that's my thing. That's kind of my thing. And then faces, I feel like everyone likes to draw faces. Like, if you get good at drawing faces and facial features, you're halfway there to becoming Instagram art famous. Lol. But yeah, so, and then dogs, I just like to draw my dogs and be like, look, I drew this picture of my doggies. Thus far, I haven't really done a good rendering of them yet. I've done a couple good, like, sketchy sketch versions, but nothing like a finished piece. Pregunta 17. Question 17. What's the strangest thing you've ever painted? Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of substituting painted with created here. So there was this one, I'll put a picture of it on the screen. I was just like scrolling through Pinterest and I saw this and I was like, yep, I'm gonna draw it. And it's like a hippo eating a watermelon. I don't know, man. I just saw it and I was like, this would be a great marker illustration. So I sketched it and I outlined it and then I colored it in with some Copics. So yeah. I guess maybe that's the strangest thing I've ever painted or made. I can't really think of anything. Nothing really comes to mind. I did try to make like a really good, nice finished piece last summer on vacation at the beach with like a weird like perspective focus shift where I wanted my foot to literally like, it was a huge canvas, like it was like a 16 by 24 canvas, I think. I still have it and it's still half, not even half, it's still like 1% done. Basically 1% that needs to be painted over and tried again. But I wanted to like have a really big foot, like my foot was huge, so huge that like my parents like it took up the whole canvas pretty much, and my parents and my brothers were all like, you got croc toe, because I mean the big toe was like big, so like you got croc toe, because all I would do was wear Crocs, so like yeah. And I mean there's been memes, you know, of like croc toe where someone's toes like go away and it's just like a big toe, so that's what happened there. That one was pretty weird, although if I had finished it and kind of made it how I wanted it to be, I don't think it would be weird, but the fact that it's just like half of the ocean and a really big foot, yeah. Interesting stuff, man. So yeah, I guess I'll put a picture of that on the screen here after I've described it to you. Let me know if my description lives up to the full glory of croc toe foot. Okay, I don't really have anything else to say for that question. Like, I can't really think of anything strange I've made, really. I mean, I've done some weird things for like class, but at the same time, it's not really weird. It's just, it's not what I'd like to make. So, yeah, we'll just move on. Pregunta 18, or question 18. Have you ever been hung up after you started a commission, and how did you handle it? Why do they keep flip-flopping between, do you have an art business / how do you deal with your art business? Like you can't really be both. But no, short answer. Well, okay, maybe I did have back last year when I was making masks. There's probably a very high chance that like a couple people had messaged me and asked questions and we just didn't follow through, but not really. I mean, if that were to, we'll do the theoretical now. If that were to happen, if someone were to leave me high and dry after I'd started a commission for them, Honestly, it would really depend on the style of work that I was doing. Like, say it was photography and I had taken pictures of them. First of all, you wouldn't have taken pictures without some sort of payment. Like, I think most of the time, if you're doing a photo shoot, it's like half up front and then half when the photos are delivered. Or if you're taking photos for someone, like not of them, but for them to use, I don't really know. I've been paid after, but also I took photos that I will be adding to my portfolio. So, like, I kept the rights to them and everything, so I can still use those. But photography, yeah, I don't think you can really get in that situation. You probably could, but I don't know. But if it was something like a pet portrait, honestly, depending on how far along I was, I might just finish it and use it as an example. Or if I wasn't very far along, just scrap it. I think it really depends on, like, the size of the commission. Like, if it was a big commission that I was, like, really banking on or whatever, then I might try and pursue it more, especially if it was from, like, a business or something. I'd be like, bro, you can at least tell me you don't want it anymore. But if it's from, like, an individual who just, like, wanted a pet portrait and then decided, oh, no, not really, not anymore, then maybe I wouldn't pursue it anymore. Unless it was, like, one of those instances where I'd given them, like, a work in progress and then, like, I saw them sharing it or something. I don't know. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not very familiar with the world of commissions. I don't know too much about them at the moment. Don't have that much experience. So, like I said, it would just all depend. Honestly, I think as a blanket statement, I would message them several times, like phased out over a couple of days, like send a message each day or something and being like, hey, or something like that. Like, I mean, obviously you're not going to keep that up for forever, just sending a message every day, but like for a while, or maybe even just every couple of days, stuff like that. Just be like, yo, hello, so something like that probably. And then depending on if they were a big or a smaller commission, that would depend on how much further I pursued it, because if it's on a platform like Fiverr, which I have listed things on, but alas, Fiverr is very hard to break into and get going, but like there, I would reach out to Fiverr and be like, looky here. But also I think with Fiverr, they have to pay before you even start. Like, they pay the full amount up front. So I guess if they did leave you hung up after you started, it doesn't really matter, you've been paid. So if they stop giving you feedback or comments, you can just finish it and send it to them and be like, well, you know what? Yep. And then close it. But yeah, commissions is a whole world I have not broken into yet, so I don't really know what else, if anything else. We're gonna finish pregunta 18 and move on to pregunta 19, or question 19. Do you admit that paint smells good? Well, my dudes, it really depends on the paint. Like, if someone tells you that oil paint smells good, I just assume they don't smell, or they enjoy the smell of toxicity. Yeah. I mean, I have only really used water-based oil paints, and those are supposed to have a milder smell, milder odor. And what did I get? Massive headache. Even outdoors, I was literally painting with oils on the beach. And I still was able to get a headache on the freaking beach. Bruh. So, that's one thing. So, oils do not smell good. And then for other paints, it really just depends. Some paint doesn't have a smell. And then other paints do. And it really just depends. Also, what kind of mood I'm in. And I get headaches really easily from smells. Like, I'm really sensitive to smells. So, if it's got a really strong smell, odds are it's going to give me a headache. So, I don't care if it smells good or bad. It's going to give me a headache and I'm going to hate it. So, I'm not going to say that I admit that paint smells good, because usually if it's strong enough of a smell, it gives me a headache. Because I also, like, it's really weird. So I'm, like, hyper and hyposensitive to smell. Like, half the time I can't smell anything. And the other half, I'm, like, completely overwhelmed by the smell. So there's, like, a threshold. And it's either too little for me to smell, or it's too much and my brain's gonna explode. So, I'm gonna say, I know I don't admit that it smells good. I mean, I guess paint doesn't smell bad. I will say that, unless it's oil paint. Most paint does not smell bad if it is good quality paint. Yeah, we'll say that. Okay. And that is all we're going to say for question 19, because there's not much more to it. Okay. Pregunta 20, or question 20. What would you tell your younger self? We go from paint smelling good to communicating with our younger self. So, that's a thing. I think one, I would just say draw more. I don't think I really drew a lot. Like, I mean, I kind of, like, doodled a lot. Like, you can see that in my sketchbooks, literally. I remember in, like, 8th grade science, or 7th grade, in science class in middle school, I would block off my pages, so I'd have notes, and then I'd have doodles, and there were literally days where the notes were so small that they were like a tiny box on the page, and the rest of the page were doodles. Like, so I wish I draw more, definitely. Just kind of draw more, paint more, do that kind of thing more. Keep reading. Don't stop reading, because now you've made me kind of stop reading. I don't read as much, so no, that's not cool. I don't know. I don't really feel like there's things that are worth, quote unquote, telling my younger self, other than just, create more. I think if I'd done that, I'd be maybe further along, I don't know, but I think it would have been nice. So, yeah, just create more, make more, do more. Also probably swim more, like actually try and join a swim team or swim club or something, and then keep that up. Yeah. Or, if I could just tell my younger self to be able to do something, move to the beach, live at the beach, the beach, the beach, 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 Nicki Minaj. Okay, so, alright, thanks for listening. If you listened and watched this far, which, no one does, but maybe one day I'll have people who like my art and will come back and watch this and cringe. We'll see. That's the goal. Yeah. So I hope you've had a good day, a good week, good morning, good night, have a good time, guys. And I will see you next time, which will likely be on Wednesday. I might upload a flip through of my final project before then, but I don't know. So I'll see you guys then. I hope you're doing good. Bye, besties. Peace.